Louisiana beer reviews. Saalfelder Bock. Saalfelder Bock. This was sent to me from Germany by a viewer, Roland Wolk. Now, Roland, you sent me 6 beers. But when I got the box, only 3 survived. The other 3 were shattered. I don't think you wrapped them enough. I saw they were a thin wrapping or bubble wrap, like one wrap around, with some duct tape around it. So folks, I always say, don't bother sending me beer, going to the trouble and expense, because these kind of things are likely to happen. But you got to really wrap it, thick with the bubble wrap. Those shipping companies are throwing it here, throwing it there. And I'm sorry, Roland, but only 3 of the 6 survived. The Maybach was destroyed, the Doppelbock was destroyed, and I think it was a Dunkelsbach was destroyed. But we have 3 left, so let's check out Saalfelder. It says, Gebräut nach dem deutschen Reinheitsgebot. The German purity law, and they show a castle here. It says Brauerei Abfüllung. Bürgerliches Brauhaus Saalfeld. Okay. And they're showing this brewery. It said, and it's got the goat's head for the Bock. And they said the brewery was founded in 1892. It's got the ceramic cap. It's a 500 milliliter bottle. It's got a good date, guys. Handwerklich Braukunst. Gepaart mit erlassenen Brauzutaten ergeben dieses Bock der absoluten Spitzenklasse. This absolutely the best in class, hand brewed, mehrfach Gewinner des European Beer Star. Okay, so European an award. 6.5% alcohol, 28 bitterness units. Doesn't say here, but it says on the website. Zutaten ingredients: Wasser, water, Gersten malts, barley malt, and Hopfen, hops. Okay. I don't speak German, so I was trying to read the website and figure it out, and it was difficult. I don't think that's ceramic. I think it's plastic. All the companies go into the plastic with the rubber seal. Okay, you can reseal the bottle. Here we go. There's a German language review for this beer. And there is an English language review for this beer. I'll go rinse my hands real fast. So we can see it's a Helles Bock. It's going to be a thick, soapy white head and a golden appearance. Falstaff is the glass. Okay, so this is the strongest beer the company makes, according to the website that I could find. All right, so let's go with the aroma. Thank you, Roland. We'll try to give good reviews for the 3 surviving beers. It's malty, very malty. These beers are going to be so malty, meaning bready, sweet, crackery, biscuity. All right, let's go with the taste. Cheers. Let's see what fell. I'll have to investigate that later. Something fell. Okay, there's always something in the videos. People out there with the power equipment. All right. Might have been those bottles. Okay, those plastic bottles. Hope that's what it was. Bitterness is there to balance it. So it's got grassy. I guess they're using noble hop bitterness on the back side. Now, this is from... They said Thuringia, which is in like central Germany between the north and the south. They're little bitty states. They call it Thuringian states. They're so small, from looking at the map, they would be the size of American counties or Louisiana parishes. But they were separate states, are separate states all along. In the First Reich, the Second Reich, Third Reich, the present day German Republic, Federal Republic. Bitterness, sweetness. So sweetness level, 3 out of 5 sugar cubes. So it's sweeter than typical beer, I guess. Bitterness, 3.5 out of 5 hop cones. So it's even more. Is it more bitter than sweet? No. You know, I think I underestimated the sweetness. I think it's either I think they're even. So I'm thinking 3.5 on both ends out of 5 sugar cubes and hop cones, or is it 3 out of 5 sugar cubes and hop cones? Somewhere in that area. Body, medium. Finish, dry. Enjoyment level, super high. Now, Rapier says, oh no. Now, Beer Advocate doesn't have enough scores to give an average. Okay, so it says NA. Rapier says, no, it's terrible. They're giving it like a 34 out of 100 and a 43 in the style. So there's something like that. Extremely low numbers. They say it's just a horrible beer. Don't buy it. It's nasty. It's trash. Untapped is giving it 65 out of 100, which would be about a 75 to C plus on Beer Advocate. Well, I think it's much higher than any of those scores. I won't pour any more yet. I'm going to save it for the photo. This has got to be an A beer. This is an A beer. This is a wonderful beer. How could they say it's so bad? I don't understand these people on rate beer. Sometimes they make sense. Like scoring the Lagunitas Maximus Colossal DIPA. A very high score. Yeah, it deserves it. Then they turn around. A great beer like this won't even get to 50% positive, 50% even score, which is still terrible. But they don't like the styles, you see. They don't like Maybach's. Helles box. They don't like it. Now remember, this is a Reinheitsgebot. No corn, no rice, no candy sugar, no flavoring, as is so usual with American beers today. We get some Helles adjunct box. They add corn, usually, sometimes rice, typically corn. 6.5%, I can't think of any offhand that are 6.5. I can think of a lot of 6%ers, like this one here. King Cobra, which I don't find is as good as it used to be. I think they've cheapened it. But back in the early 90s, this lady I know who's from Schleswig-Holstein, another German state, she, near the coast, she said when she came to the United States, her and her husband used to like to go out and drink a lot, but she gave it up, couldn't handle it, But but back in her heyday, they didn't hold back too much. But when they were going out to these drinking events in New Orleans, she said at the bars they would get King Cobra, like say 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. And she said they would sell it at the bars, King Cobra. Don't know about on draft. She said, I said, well, why did y'all drink King Cobra? She said, to me, it was the closest beer we could get then that tasted like German beer. That was her remarks, okay? She doesn't research beer. She doesn't do looking at YouTube videos, doesn't read about beer, okay? She doesn't even drink beer anymore. I'm saying back, she's like 60 years old now. I'm talking about back 30 years ago, 35 years ago in her late 20s, early 30s. So that was her opinion, and that's a 6%er. So that's the one I can think of that might, or at least back then, that would be closest to something like this in America. But when you taste those two, they're not really that close, but they're got sort of that sweetness and the bright, Hellas meaning bright, the bright golden appearance, that kind of thing. Yeah, so much more bitterness and cracker, though. Those American beers would not match up to this with that kind of, they just don't have that approach. They don't have that, because the corn products and the rice softens it to where it doesn't have this strong barley flavor. Schlitz malt liquor at 5.9. Well, yeah, it doesn't have the body though that this would have at 6.5. So, and then the Gold Bull wouldn't work as a comparison because it's got too much alcohol. It's 8.5. So this would be an American adjunct Doppelbock, or as they call them here, malt liquors, high gravity malt liquors. Same thing, just with the adjuncts, without. Germany without Reinheitsgebot, America adjuncts added. Okay, which is more common around the world. I think the 8% Doppelbock Red Horse beer from the Philippines is probably using adjuncts. It seems that, it tastes that way. Very nice beer. I'm going to go with 95 out of 100, 9.5 out of 10. You keep up the good work. Saalfeld Brewery. And thank you again, Roland. Great product. I can see why you wanted to send those 6. I'm sorry, but they only got 3 left. How does this pair with crackers and Limburger cheese, another Germanic-oriented cheese, and the sriracha sauce, not German-oriented? Okay. So creamy. Most people I know will not try Limburger. They say it's too stinky, too smelly, too gross. It smells like, and then they'll name things which you would never want to eat. But in reality, it's just a strong cheese aroma. It's a very strong, over-the-top cheese odor. The flavor is a little strong, too. All right, so Les Bon Temps Relais, a great drinking, tasting, rating experience. Can't wait to try the other 2 survivors. And I'm going to end this review by saying y'all go to Thuringia, one of the Thuringian states, and tour the Saalfeld Brewery.